Hello collectors, it's Steven here bringing you a review of the Nendoroid Link Wind Waker version, or Toon Link if you prefer. This little guy is the first Legend of Zelda Nendoroid and can be found for about roughly $35 domestically pretty much anywhere. With Wind Waker's cel-shaded chibi-esque style, Link seems to be a natural fit for a Nendoroid. So, it seems like it would be a perfect figure. Right? Well, let's take a look to see whether or not he's worth adding into your collection. Generally speaking, Link is very simplistic in paint and sculpt. There really isn't much to say aside from he wears a green tunic, has blonde hair, and the proportions are slightly changed from the in-game model. However, in execution, there's one issue that bugs the absolute piss out of me. So, let's start things off. The faces look great, with well-applied decals, and the hair is a nice, bright yellow. The cap is a nice green, but here's where my issue comes in. There's some serious paint bleed on the bottom part of the cap on the hair. And when you take the front hairpiece off, you'll see some serious paint transfer. Might not be much for some, but come on. A little tighter quality control here would be most appreciated. Anyway, aside from that, the folds and ruffles in the tunic look very nice, and the gold buckle is pretty. The legs, they're just fine. So really, aside from the paint transfer, there's not too much to complain about. Being a Nendoroid, Link isn't too articulated, as most of his expressions are found in the different accessory parts that we get. However, we do get a little bit of movement here. So first off, the neck. It is a swivel hinge combo, which basically gives you ball joint range of movement, standard Nendoroid joint, which you should all be used to if you do have Nendoroids. And then moving to the back, the cap actually has a swivel. So you can spin it around, which is pretty neat. Moving on down, we have swivels for the shoulders, so this way you can spin them around, but do be careful, they're meant to pop out to swap with other parts, so you may have that on occasion. The wrists feature swivels. Gotta love them swivels. Which we also find in the waist. Can turn Link from side to side, though as you can see here, again, likes to pop apart. Then, moving down for the hips, we have the same style joint, which is used for the neck, so you can spin the legs around, like so. And they are meant to be replaced, so don't be surprised if they're just a tad bit loose in their sockets. So like I said, some pretty decent articulation. Moving on to accessories, Link comes with quite a few of them. First off, we get the Nendoroid support system, which features the Nendoroid base and the Nendoroid support arm. And this is just an exaggerated example, however you can see how it's used. Support arm into base, then into the back of Link. Easy peasy. Aside from the default blank expression, Link comes with 3 different face parts. We get this rather excited or happy face here. We get this suspicious or sneaking or I've had enough of your bullshit face here. And we get this angry, attacking, or screaming face here. And swapping out the faceplates, you know the drill. Simply grab the front hair part of Link, wiggle it off, grab the current faceplate, pull that off, grab your new faceplate, line it up with the Nendoroid neck joint and the sculpt on the head, reattach the hair, and voila, new expression. Up next, I want to talk about the heart container, which is really cool. It's a nice red translucent plastic in the center with a silver trim around it. And we also get this little support arm included in the package. So this way, you can plug the small ball joint to the back like so, and then you can display this on the Nendoroid base. And with a little bit of creativity, you can display Link like he just got an item. Now, let's say you want to put Link in a more action-y pose. Thankfully, Good Smile Company included 2 leg parts with bent knees, so this way you can have Link running or jumping or using his sword in a very cool way. Now, to attach the leg parts, all you have to do is pop out one of the currently attached leg parts. Now, when you're going to pull out the leg, the joint may get stuck like that, and if it does, it's not a big deal. All you have to do is detach Link's torso, pop out the bottom part of the tunic there, just like that. And then you can use one of the joints you have here to pop out the stuck joint, just like so. And then pop in the new leg and reassemble. Pose Link accordingly, and voila! Now you have a running Link, or you can pose him in a variety of other ways. Continuing our magical journey of Link's accessories, we get some alternate arm parts and alternate hand parts. So the alternate arm parts we get are these two bent arms, and for the hand parts we get quite a few of them, and I'll show you them a little bit later. But the first one that I would like to talk about are the ones that are used for the Wind Waker. As you can see here, the right arm is meant to be sort of like a conducting arm where he sort of bounces it around, and the left arm is supposed to be the one where he moves around the Wind Waker, which is actually sculpted into this hand, which is a bit unfortunate because, you know, maybe you could use it with other links. But anyway, features the same articulation you would expect. The wrists are on swivels, and swapping out Link's arms is easy to do. Wiggle them and pop them off. Yeah, that was really easy to do. And then all you have to do is attach the arm parts into the correct holes on the right shoulders. And there you go. Now you have Link controlling the winds, which is awesome. Now, something else to take note of, you can pop the hands out, and you can use the arm pieces in different ways with different hands. Now, what Link figure would be complete without the hero's sword and shield? Very cool accessories here. The sword actually is rather sharp. You could actually probably use that to stab someone. So, hey, kiddies, go ahead and try that out. No, not really. Don't do that. That's a bad idea. So, anyway, yeah, sword is relatively simple. We have a nice sculpt down here at the bottom, which is a nice curly Q, kind of like the rest of Wind Waker. But the shield is where most of the attention should go, because we get this nice gold paint app right there for the Triforce, and then the overall design and attention to detail on the shield is really cool. But what's even more impressive than that is if you flip it over, you get a nice wood paneling back here, which is nice because the paint is rather crisp, and then the handle is on a ball joint, so you get a little bit of expression for the shield. But do take note, it is possible to pop it out easily. To get Link to hold the shield and sword, all you have to do is swap out the hand parts for the correct ones. We get one right hand part, which is a fist with a hole in it, and we get two left hand parts, which are fists with holes in it. However, we get one, which is rather straight off, which is sort of a mirror image of the right hand part, and then we get a left hand part with sort of a crooked wrist, like this. Now, first up, the sword. The best way I find to get Link to hold a sword is first take it and pull the pommel off. You actually have to do that step. And then what I would say is take the hand off of the wrist, and then slide the handle into the hand, and then reattach the pommel, and then attach the wrist to Link, which, following form, is as simple as that. Now, I first suggest getting Link to hold the sword with the hand, and then attaching it because it can be difficult coordinating everything with the hand already on the arm. Now, for the shield, much simpler. Lined up the peg, the hole in the hand, and push. And now, Link is ready to travel the seas and fight off evil. Those familiar with the Zelda series, in specific Wind Waker, will know that Link can unleash a rather fast attack where he spins around like crazy and then gets really dizzy, which is not useful for a few seconds afterward. It makes him vulnerable. And to replicate this, we get this nice slash effect part. And to use this, all you have to do is slide the sword right into the slot on the effect part, and you're good to go. Now, something you may take note of is that this is a rather large effect part, and it will throw the figure off balance. Thankfully, we do get a support stand to support this effect part. So once you have Link in your favorite pose with the effect part attached, just like so, to provide a little bit more balance, all you do is plug in the support arm underneath like so, and then angle the support arm as you see fit, so this way the effect part is resting just fine on the support arm. And now Link is ready to attack. And here's a size comparison with some other Nintendo figures. Whether it's for your Smash display or your Zelda shelf, Link fits in wonderfully. So, buy now, skip, or wait for a deal. Link has a nice accessory count and looks nice. Probably the best choice for a Link Nendoroid. There are some who say they botched the proportions on this guy, but he's supposed to be cute and chibi, so I don't know, I don't think it's an issue. Anyway, for $35 on Amazon or some retail places like GameStop, he's easy to get and well worth the price. If you're a Zelda fan or a Smash fan, I highly recommend this Link, especially if you plan on getting the upcoming Nendoroid Zelda in the fall. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like the video and subscribe. What do you think of the figure? Drop a comment down below and let me know. Interested in picking this one up? Check the description for some really cool links to take you where you need to go. Want to watch some more videos? I picked a few just for you, so click the annotations on your screen right now for more great content. Until next time, collectors!